What up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Full Metal Analysis. We had a hell of a week, man. A lot of different games in the book. I had a bad week, man. I did not do good in my picks at all. Every time I was looking at that game, I was like, "Damn, lost that one. Damn, lost that one. Maybe I'll do good on this one. I'm doing good on that one." Later on that day, damn, lost that one too.
Hey man, if only I could relate. Oh wait, no, the first 3, 4, 5 weeks, that was me too. So I understand, man.
Yeah, man. It was a hell of a week, man. The NFL is truly uh surprising, man. You never know what's gonna happen week to week. Anybody can win at any moment. But with that being said, let's see the mockery, man. Let's see how I messed up.
All right. First game of the week was the Thursday night football game. We talked about it off air. We talked about it in the last pod too. But you took Pittsburgh, I took Cincinnati. That was the Joe Flacco game, so I took that one. Cincinnati looked pretty good in that game.
They did look good.
Then starting Sunday, we had London game. The LA Rams they were in London. So the LA Rams versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I took the Rams and you took Jacksonville. Jacksonville, man, I don't know what happened, but Travis Hunter had 100 yards receiving, so there's a plus.
Oh yeah, you know what? You know what happened? Jacksonville became Jacksonville again. Jacksonville showed that they truly are Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence. And the only reason I took Jacksonville is because Puka Nacua is playing, and the phrase that haunted me all week long. No Puka Nacua, no problem. All week long. That's all I heard. That's all I heard all week long. And it's all the Jaguars' fault. It's all the Jaguars' fault.
Yeah, you know what, man? It was Puka Nacua by committee, because Stafford got that ball to everybody, not named Puka Nacua.
Yeah. I mean, I seen that maybe Travis Hunter needs to spend less time receiving the ball and going out there and playing defense.
We had New England going to Tennessee. Now this is one that you were dead on. I mean, you was a straight up oracle on this prediction. Not only did you select New England, who won the game, but you said after this game next week, Marcus is going to look at this and say, "Why did I take Tennessee?" And I'm not questioning why I took Tennessee, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it a step further and say I will no longer be selecting Tennessee for the remainder of the season. So congratulations, you were right on that one.
It's amazing they got that one win.
It is truly amazing. Philadelphia went to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. I told you that the Vikings brought back JJ McCarthy, and he was making his way to come back. And in order for that to happen, they needed a script where Carson Wentz drove his car over a cliff and no longer appeared to be able to play football. Philadelphia went in there.
Well, based on last night's seeing into the future, based on last night's game, I'm assuming that didn't happen.
Well, he played. He was out there, I should say. He was out there. And he was out there against Philadelphia. But we were both on Philadelphia. Philadelphia won that game with a final score of week 7.
Blowout.
Philly won that game 28-22. You said, hold on.
I thought it was a blowout. I thought Minnesota made that game close. When I seen it, Philly was blowing them out the water.
Yeah, no, the Eagles put up a touchdown every quarter, and Minnesota started off with field goal. So they caught up a little bit towards the end, but what else? Yeah. Next up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to Kansas City. Kansas. Now you took the Raiders, but in your defense, the Raiders were getting 11.5 points. Uh, Unfortunately, that was nowhere near enough.
Nowhere near enough.
I told you that it was the Chiefs were coming off of a victory over the Lions. The script is they found the NFL script and the return of Rashee Rice. I saw, I saw somebody did a AI of Rashee Rice scoring a touchdown, and then he stole the no Rashee Rice scored a touchdown. He faked the injury. They brought out the cart, and then he hijacked the cart and did reckless driving all along the field.
Wow. This AI is getting out of
Um,
control.
it is getting out of control. I should have sent it to you, but no, the Chiefs demolished the Raiders 31-0. Max Crosby got hurt in that game. He left early, but yeah, it was a beatdown.
Hey, it's a skit that I be watching on YouTube, man, and they be imitating the Chiefs, and every time the Chiefs make a statement, man, the ref asks the Chiefs, flag?
The Raiders were walking into a bus off. Like I said, the refs fully committed to helping the Chiefs. The script is out. Patrick Mahomes got a little bit of juice. Travis Kelce got a little bit of juice, and Rashee Rice, man. I'm trying to tell everybody, man. Rashee Rice is definitely on the list of most slept on receivers in the league.
Yeah, he came in. He hit the ground running, man. He had a hell of a game.
The New Orleans Saints went to Chicago. We were both on Chicago. Chicago minus 4.5. They won convincingly by 12. Saints aren't very good. What can you say?
Let's have a quick conversation about Chicago, man, because there's this impression and this rumor going around the league that the Chicago Bears are good, and not the fact that they've played garbage teams the last 4 weeks. Do you think the Chicago Bears are good? Because I don't think the Chicago Bears are good.
I think they're good. I think they're good. I stopped I draw the line right there. They've beaten. I mean, they haven't. They haven't played the Titans and the Saints, and they beat some teams. I think they're.
I'm pretty sure they played the Saints, the Titans, the Cowboys, and it was one more team. Was it Carolina? It wasn't Carolina.
No, they ain't played. So they played. They lost. So they lost to Minnesota and they lost to the Lions. And since then, they're on a 4-game win streak where they've beaten the Cowboys, the Raiders, the Commanders, and the Saints.
I would say the only good team on there is the Commanders, but that's not even true.
They eked that one out. I would say they're good, and by good is to me. Good is like
you can beat bad teams,
slightly above average. You definitely got to be you definitely got to be bad teams to be good. And then when you play a good team, you don't get blown out like they got blown out by the Lions. But I mean,
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So look. So check this out. I know they lost this week, but the Giants are hot. The Bears versus the Giants. Who wins that game?
Bears.
I would like to see that matchup.
I'm with you.
I think the Giants won that game with Scatterboo and Dart. I think the Giants won that game.
Well, you have a great sample size coming up because the Bears' next 3 games are at Baltimore, at Cincinnati, at home versus the New York Giants.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like. I want to see it. I want to see it. Is
So
Lamar playing?
Lamar fully practiced today. So in the next 3 weeks, the Bears will either have a winning record or a losing record.
No,
And they
I'm
can't be
all for it.
500. So we'll see.
No,
You'll
see.
get your answer 3 weeks.
Yeah, give me the answer, Sway.
I hope they lose the next 2 games and then they go into that New York Giants game 4-4, and then we'll really find out, are they a good team or a bad team. All right, we got the Carolina Panthers. Your Carolina Panthers.
No.
But
I bet it against them.
you definitely bet against them. You went against them to side with Aaron Glenn and the train wreck that is the New York Jets. I took Carolina. I told you that yes, I was salty about them going back to Chuba Hubbard, but I knew in my heart of hearts that Rico Dotto didn't care, and as long as you give Rico the ball, Rico gonna score, and that's what happened. Let me ask you though. They pretty much said everything, but we're done with Justin Fields. they they left a little bit out there because he said he didn't see any advantage to announcing the starter for Cincinnati to know before the game. But you've been a avid supporter of Justin Fields, and you're an avid supporter of Aaron Glenn. So, what are you thinking about this move where it appears they're gonna go ahead and close the book on Justin Fields?
Like I said, man, I ain't gonna say I'm a supporter of Justin Fields. I was not a fan of Justin Fields when he first came to the league, but as I watched his career, man, I just felt like he got a bad shake with the Bears. I don't think they should have. I don't think the Bears should have abandoned him like that. And then he gets a second chance in at the Steelers, and he comes out and he's doing great, and for no reason at all they just bench him. So he like, man, bump this, I'm getting out of here. And then he comes to New York, and he immediately gets an injury. And when they put him back in off of that injury, he just not getting it together, man. But I think the Jets' best option is Justin Fields. I mean, you haven't won a game. Tyrod Taylor is probably not going to do anything to advance your season. I think Justin is your best option. Go down swinging, man. Go down with the ship. Let Justin finish out the season, and you can pick you a new quarterback next season. But I mean, putting Tyrod Taylor in the. I know they already given up on the season, but putting Tyrod Taylor in the in is basically, I feel like it's giving up on trying to get a win for the season.
Is there a threshold at which you say if Aaron Glenn doesn't win at least blank number of games, I might have to let him go?
No. No, not this season. Only because of he came in, they weren't a good team last year. You essentially came in and had to and revamped the roster. I would give him one more year. I would give him one more year.
I would say that you were a bad team last year, but you came into the season in conversations of Super Bowl. But Aaron Rodgers, tore his Achilles.
That was 2 seasons ago.
Okay. So last season, Aaron Rodgers just played terrible.
Right.
fired your coach, and then you could have brought Aaron Rodgers back again, but you let him go. And if you came out here and you went 0-17 with a team that, you know, hasn't looked this bad. This is the worst rendition of pretty much the same team. Only thing that's been everything's been the same with this team other than the quarterback. So you've had a new quarterback and now a new coach. But yeah, if
Well,
you
they pretty much look like this. The season that Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, they were pretty much losing games as bad as they're losing now. And I mean they won some games, but
that's
I mean,
that's right. That's the thing I'm at. Like they won some games, so I need them to win some games. I'm not saying they got to make it to the playoffs or anything. I'm just
yeah, I still haven't. I still don't think that the Jets will go 0-17, man.
yeah, no,
Like
I don't think they will either. But I'm saying if it happened though, then I can't just ho hum that.
yeah, yeah.
They
I
they they had
but I told you off camera. I think that from the circumstances, the way it came in, I think that they will give him this season and half of a. I ain't gonna say half, like a couple of games into the next season. I don't think he gets fired this season. I think he will get fired if nothing happens. He'll get fired a couple of games into the next season, like game 4 of next season.
um wow. Just to make it sound more fun. The New York Jets haven't had a double digit win season in over a decade. If you went back 2 decades, even if you went 2 decades to '05, you would have 3. So they've had 3 double digit win seasons in 3 decades.
You know
I mean, in
what?
2 decades, my bad.
And look, and thinking about it, you know the main reason why I say I wouldn't fire Aaron Glenn is because the Jets haven't looked like a bad team. They've looked like a bad team, but they haven't looked like a hopeless team. Like they've came out and they competed against the Steelers. They actually should have won that game. They came out and they competed against who was that? I think it was the Chargers, where they blocked a field goal at the last minute of that game, and then the Chargers came down and scored at the last minute. They were in a game, but your quarterback and your team fumbled 3 times, and you lost that game. It's like they've been in these games, but it's just been mistakes. Like it's not like they have been like just a all out no hope team. And my thing is, if they can pull that together, I see the potential in the team. It's not like last year when we were watching the Panthers and Tennessee, and you're like, those teams are just sorry. You know what I'm saying? The Actually, and it might be a soft part in my heart because it's Aaron Glenn, and the Jets remind me of the Jets remind me of the old Lions.
No, no. See, I gotta stop you there. So I'm looking at the Jets. Now I'm over here just looking at Jets history, right? The Jets, they talk. I'm not gonna defend the Jets owner, but I'll just say that listening to people talk about the Jets owner, they make him sound like this impulsive, meddling type owner, and that's why the Jets are so bad. And it might be, but the one thing I can say, looking at the history of the Jets, is that he gives people time. And when you haven't, damn, you was in the you're in a division with the Tom Brady New England Patriots. So, that's that's a tough shake for anybody. But
Right.
the Jets have not won a division since I thought okay. Jets haven't won the division since Herm Edwards in 2002. That was the last time they won the division. But my point is that they give their coaches time. So they'll probably give Aaron Glenn time. As a Jets fan, I would be pissed because I'm like, man, what do we have to lose? And giving people time because they gave Herm Edwards, they gave him 5 years. They gave Eric Mangini 3 years. They gave Rex Ryan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7 years. They gave Todd Bowles 1, 2, 3, 4 years. Adam Gase got 2 years. Robert Saleh got 3.5 years. And now this is Aaron Glenn's first season. So, if you give him 3 seasons and if I'm a Jets fan, man, I'm like, we done gave so many people time, but when are we gonna just hit the ground running? Like that would be my spark. But I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't think the Jets. I think I looked ahead in some of they games, and they got to eke out a win somewhere in that schedule, man. But I'm not sure. I mean, even with Tyrod Taylor, I think they'll eke out a win, man. But I don't think the smart move is to bench Justin Fields, at least not permanently. You know what I'm saying? If your best hope to win the game is to start Justin Fields, but if the Titans can win a game, the Jets can win a game.
Yeah, they absolutely do have some winnable games on here. You got the Cincinnati Bengals this week, Cleveland Browns, New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens, Atlanta Falcons, Miami Dolphins, Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints, Patriots Bills. So I mean, you could find a win somewhere in there.
Yeah, and that's what I think, man. Just gotta pull it together, man. They gotta pull out them zero blitzes.
We'll get to it in this week's pick, but I'll tell you the biggest problem with the Jets. It's right there. The Miami Dolphins went to Cleveland to take on the Browns. This one I was very proud of because I think my exact statement was, all Cleveland has to do is show up and play defense. And they'll win the game. And sure enough, Cleveland showed up. They played defense. Tua, man, is on another planet right now. He's sabotaging his team on the field and off the field in front of microphones. Mike McDaniel has no utter clue of what's going on in there, but they keep making that man get in front of a microphone and talk to the Oh my God, the Dolphins are a disaster right now.
Duh, I only picked the Dolphins because of Waller coming back, man. I felt like the biggest star on the field is Waller. And they got Waddle over there. The Browns have nobody on offense that you can count on. And I was like, points. There you go. You know what I'm saying? But no. Two was like, win. We don't do that around here.
Turns out the biggest star on the field was Quinshawn, our boy Quinshawn Judkins, 25 carries, 84 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Actually, I'm not mad at that, man. Ever since the Lions played the Browns, man, I've been impressed with Judkins. He's had a good game almost every week since then.
The the New York Giants went to Denver. Denver was giving 7 points. Now, I said that there's no way in the world that the Giants are going to upset 2 top teams in back-to-back weeks. I wasn't wrong, but the manner in which it was done pretty much pissed off all parties involved.
Dog, how do you shut out a team for 3 quarters and let them score 33 points in the fourth quarter? Explain that to me.
Nah, I don't think we'll ever see a box. I'm looking at the box score right now where it says first quarter 0, second quarter 0, third quarter 0, fourth quarter 33 points. That's amazing.
I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there. Look, I wasn't even watching the game, man. I think I was watching another game, and I'm just flipping back and forth, and I'm like, man, the Giants are tearing the Broncos up. I'm just flipping every now and then. There was no need to watch the game because the game was over. The game was over second half. The game was over. I'm just flipping back, and then saying you see a little highlight. Oh, Broncos score. Oh, that's nice of them. They got some points. Whatever. This game is over. Then you see, and you're not paying attention, and you're like, whoa, dang. You know what I'm saying? Out the corner of your eye, you're like, dang, that Broncos score is getting pretty close, but it's no way. I think I even text you like, man, the Broncos might fuck around and they letting them back in this game. They might fuck around and lose this game, but I wasn't serious. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, they're like, oh my goodness, the Broncos have made a major comeback. But in true fashion, it's not over because what did the Broncos do that I hate? They left the Giants plenty of time, too much time on the clock to win the game. And I'm like, okay, they left y'all to give Giants. All y'all got to do is go down and score with I think it was 30 seconds left on the clock. And, or no, it was like 2 minutes. It was like a minute and something left or something like that. And I don't even think I didn't see the end of it. I think they did, but what did they fumble the ball or something? What happened at the last few moments of that game?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure the Broncos had it last, and the Giants scored, but the kicker missed that.
Yeah, they missed the extra point. Yeah, that's what it was. They missed the extra point. The Broncos drove to midfield and kicked the field goal for the winning score.
Mm-hmm. And I was rooting against the Broncos because they didn't cover. So I was mad. I was mad just like everybody else. They didn't deserve to win that game. They showed no life during that whole game. The defense that I've been accustomed to seeing, their defense looked terrible. I don't know if Surtain is out there or not, but yeah, they messed around and won the game. So you did take the Giants with the point, so that you got the victory on that one.
Hey, and to your point, man, in that game, I heard somebody say they described it perfectly. Like Scatterbull and Dart are great players, but they're not enough to overcome being a part of the Giants organization.
Nope, they're trying though. Good on them for trying. But at the end of the day, I know how that story ends. The Indianapolis Colts traveled to LA to take on the Chargers. Colts are on fire, and we were both on the Colts. They end up defeating the Chargers. I got a score for you, 38-24.
Dog, I've been hearing rumors and questions going around the league, and the question that that a lot of people have been asking: are the Colts the best team in football this year?
No. No, they are not. The Giants have released their kicker, and they brought back Graham Gano from injured reserve, and they signed they put him on the practice squad, so he's not going fully. But anyway, are the Colts the best team? No, they're not the best team, but they are the hottest team right now. They have the best running back. They got the best running back in football, with the best running back offensive line combination of football right now. And right now they're just on a heater right now. Unfortunately, I think at some point it's gonna die down. They haven't played a lot of spectacular teams, but they haven't played weak teams either. But I think at some point they're gonna run into a tough stretch on their schedule.
Yeah, I think so too, man. But I was just asking because of the question. Like they've only lost like what, one game,
Yes.
um, and right now the top team that was in the NFL was the Bills, but the Bills just lost two in a row. Um, the Eagles haven't been looking that good. I would say the only team that has been on just as much as a heater is the Detroit Lions. So I just had to give the question merit.
Yeah, they're just benefiting from a weak AFC. This year's AFC is relatively weak. They do not have the Kansas City Chiefs on their schedule. Their record is 6-1, but they've beaten the Dolphins, who we think is a bad team. They've beaten the Broncos, who I think is a good team. They've beaten the Titans, which we know is a bad team. Their toughest team on here, the LA Rams, is their only loss. And then they beat the Raiders, bad team. Cardinals, bad team. And they beat the Chargers, who depends on the day.
Right.
uh, and then their schedule is pretty. The rest of the schedule is not. Oh, I lied. They do got the Chiefs, so that'll be a fun game. It's a 1 o'clock game. They should move that up. They got the Titans, the Steelers, the Falcons, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Jags, the Seahawks, 49ers, Jags again, and Texans again.
They got a pretty weak schedule, man. I mean, they got a couple of good games in there, but for the most part, their overall schedule is weak as hell.
Yeah, they definitely have an opportunity to. Who's the last person in their division? Um, I mean, they should run away with this division. They got Texans, Jags, and who am I missing? Titans. Yeah, they should run away with this division. So they'll definitely be in the playoffs. And we'll see where they go from there. But yeah, no, they're definitely the hottest team in football right now with the great schedule.
Before we move on, man, what happened to this guy, man? I haven't heard Anthony Richardson's name all year long. Did they cut him? Is he still a part of the team? Has anybody seen Anthony Richardson?
And he got it was some crazy freak accident, Final Destination type. He was like warming up before a game a couple weeks ago, and something like snapped back and hit him in the eye, and they put him on IR.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a
Wow.
crazy story.
The Colts are taking out their own players, man.
He took himself out. He was like putting on some type of equipment or something. And they like snapped back and hit him in the eye. And that was the same game where somebody was running off the field or on the field to get to warm up, and they like ran into an offensive lineman and got a concussion and missed that game. So it was a weird day for the Colts on that day.
Yeah, man. I think the Colts higher ups had a meeting and said, "What we gonna do about Anthony Richardson?" Said, "Pull out the booby trap."
I mean, Anthony Richardson is he's no threat to anybody.
Yeah.
It, it,
Hey.
it's not like Colts fans are going to be like, "Hey, we want Anthony Richardson out there." Daniel
Nah,
Jones
nah.
been here. Daniel Jones been here like 5 minutes, and he already got a nickname.
Nah. He wasn't a threat to anybody. I'm just talking.
uh, Green Bay went to Arizona. Man, this was a tough pick for me. It was the 7 points. No, this wasn't a tough pick. I didn't want to take Arizona, but you tell me Green Bay has to cover a spread of 7. I thought that was absolute insanity. Green Bay gets the fourth quarters, and they're like, "All right, we don't do fourth quarters here." They end up winning, and crazy enough, they ended up scoring all their points in the fourth quarter. 14 points scored in the fourth quarter. They barely beat the Cardinals. I enjoyed that game. Jacoby Brissett fought his ass off to win that game, but Micah Parsons was on his ass all day, and eventually the Packers broke through and won 27-23.
Oh man. So you were right. They could not cover that 7 point spread.
The Packers do not like scoring points unless it's absolutely necessary. We got Washington going to Dallas. This was a toss up for me, but one thing I did know was that Dallas loves to score points, unlike Green Bay. And Washington was just so shaky all year, man, with scoring points. And lo and behold, man, Dallas took it to Washington, 44-22.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with Washington. Like I understand the theory of the sophomore slump, but it's amazing how much of a drastic turnaround Washington has taken. They went from a high NFC favorite to one of the worst teams in the league, man. And I've never seen a sophomore slump this bad. Because people were telling me at the beginning of the season they were one piece away. I didn't think so, but they must have thought so because they went out even though he hasn't done anything in 2 years. But it just seemed like they thought that was the move for them to go out and get Von Miller, who hasn't done a thing. And I'm pretty sure after this season he might retire. And they went out and got Debo, who hasn't done a damn thing. And after this season, he should consider retiring. So,
I mean, the Von Miller comment is warranted. Debo's having a pretty good year. Debo's actually the only bright spot, in my opinion, on that team. I said that they need to get back to. I finally heard the phrasing. They need to get back to RPOs. That's the play that I talk about where it's out of the shotgun formation, run pass option. So I was saying they need to get back to that. I saw them do that in that game, but I don't know, man. I don't know if they lost Austin Eckler for the year. And at the same time, they thought they were getting in front of it by trading Brian Robinson Jr., who had a great year last year, but it's a contract year. They got this young rookie who they think might be something, so they went on and traded him. Maybe that's what they're missing. And last thing is Debo is their leading receiver right now. So not Terry McLaurin, not Zach Ertz, it's Debo.
I haven't watched a lot of Washington games, but haven't seen a lot of Debo highlights, man.
No, he doing his thing out there, man. He got 3 touchdowns. He tied with the second most touchdowns on the team. But yeah, man, they Jaden Daniels got knocked out of that game. He's gonna miss this week's game. Like you said, they essentially presented this team as though they were one piece away, and then Washington turned around and added like 6-7 pieces, and none of it is paying off. But like I said, the only thing that I could see is that maybe cutting ties with Brian Robinson Jr. was a bit of an overstep because the running game is not clicking like they wanted it to.
Yeah, man, and apparently their defense is not doing anything because don't they got Montez Sweat on? Don't they got who did they picked up another D tackle last year? Was it Sweat?
Let's look at their defense. Let's see, they got your boy Von Miller. Von Miller has 4 sacks on the season. Bobby Wagner has 2. Their defensive end, Dorrance Armstrong, I'm not familiar with him. He leads the team 5.5. Frankie Louvu is the guy that kept trying to jump the snap for the push in the playoffs. But they got your boy Johnny Newton, prospect we was looking at a lot during the draft. Deron Payne, that's probably the D tackle you're talking about. lot of names, man. Preston Smith, Will Harris at safety, Darnell Savage. I think he played for the Marshawn Lattimore is over there. Yeah, they
Marshawn
got
Lattimore. Yeah.
Mikey Sanders still,
No.
Michigan safety. He's there.
No, the dude I'm talking to went to the 49ers.
Oh, they got a guy from the 49ers, Javon Kinlaws from the 49ers. Oh, but the guy
No,
you're
no.
talking about.
He went to the 49ers.
Okay. Dietrich Wise. Yeah, man, they got a ton of names, but all of that puts them at 3-4, which is, I mean, they're not a terrible team, but 3 and
Matter
4
of
is not
fact,
where you, huh?
the 49ers got him from Washington. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay. Yeah, 3-4, man, is not the start that they had to the season. Even if it is 4-3, that would be it's one game, but that would look a whole lot better than 3-4 for what they invested going into the season.
Yeah, man. So my question to you is: do you think they can turn it around, or do you think it's wraps for this season?
No, it's not wraps. They still got plenty of games left. It's really, can Jaden Daniels stay on the field? And I'm not positive about that, because he comes back, he plays a game, and then the next game he gets hurt, and then he misses the following game, and then he comes back, so he's gonna miss this game. He's gonna come back next week. He's gonna play, and then the following week he's gonna get hurt, and then he's stuck in this cycle right now. So if Jaden Daniels can stay on the field and stay healthy, I don't know if they're not protecting them or what, but that's what they got to figure out. But I think I got way more faith in Washington than a lot of other teams, so I think they'll be all right. Atlanta went to San Francisco. We were both on San Francisco. I thought that game was so weird, because watching Sunday Night Football coverage, like, man, they were all over Bijan. Like, this guy is just dog. Somebody literally called him the combination of LaDainian Tomlinson. I can't remember the other guy. Barry was in there because they did an interview with him. He said Barry was his favorite.
Yeah, he been saying that since he got drafted, so he's consistent there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, he said LaDainian Tomlinson is like his favorite player to emulate, I guess. But he loves watching Barry. And then it was one more player. But dog, they said that this guy was a combination. I think it was Rodney Harrison said it, that he was a combination of LaDainian Tomlinson and another Hall of Famer. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, listen, man. Like, Bijan is a great football player. But when I watch Bijan, like Bijan Robinson or Jonathan Taylor.
I think Bijan is a little more elusive than Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan is more of a straight up runner. And he probably has more power. But I like Bijan's running game, man, and he's more of an all around back. He can do a lot of damage in the passing game too. So I would pick Bijan.
Okay, I would pick Jonathan Taylor, but I would definitely wouldn't equate Bijan to LaDainian Tomlinson. If anything, he's more of a Sean Alexander, which is another Hall of Famer. But like, I never watched Sean Alexander and was like, wow, this is the most exciting player in football. And like, I think Bijan is a great player, but I just don't. I'm just waiting to see him like really take off. I think his biggest strength is honestly the volume of touches he gets, and the same thing I said about it was true about Terrion, but the same thing I said about Terrion was like, he just, he's in great shape, and his ability to stay healthy, and he just gets, to your point, a ton of touches every game, and he translates them. But he spent all last year like he wasn't getting touchdowns like that last year. He would finish like 150 all-purpose yards and no touchdowns.
But that's my problem with that's my problem with Atlanta, man. I think if Atlanta added like one more weapon on the field, or just go to the weapons that they have, and they open. I'm not even gonna say add one more weapon. I'm just gonna say if Atlanta opened up their playbook and did a variety of plays, and it wasn't just Bijan all the time, Bijan. You know what I'm saying? Then I think it would. I mean, because if I'm a defensive coordinator and I'm coming up against the Atlanta Falcons, the same thing you just said when you announced the score, like they were all over Bijan. I'm writing up a game plan just for Bijan. Like let the other players get their yards. We need to stop Bijan, and I'm writing up a game plan to stop Bijan. And if you stop Bijan, you beat the Falcons, and that's as simple as it is. I think that if they made it more of an all around thing, and you don't know when Bijan is getting the ball, then that makes it more. That makes him a more dynamic player. But if three out of four plays you're handing the ball to Bijan, then if you make a game plan to stop Bijan, then that's it. You know what I'm saying? I think teams know that they're going to get the Bijan treatment when they come to play the Falcons.
Well, Christian McCaffrey had enough of the Bijan Robinson talk, and he went out there and he pretty much took control of that game, and the 49ers covered and beat the Atlanta Falcons. Tampa Bay went to Detroit. We talked about this game. We were both on Tampa Bay, but we both said we would be glad to be wrong, and Detroit pretty much dominated Tampa Bay. It was like a gentle.
Tampa Bay shouldn't have scored in that game, and we should have had 21 to 24 more points.
Yeah, it was like a gentle domination. And the last game of the week was the Houston Texans going to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. You took the Seahawks. I took the Texans. I'm so not happy with the Texans.
Dog, what is wrong with Jackson Smith and Jigba, dog? Why is that man? Dog, did he take a Zenzu bean or something? Like, what is going on with that man?
Dog, that dude was nice. That dude been nice, man. And I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. He was nice in college. He was real nice in college. But when he came into the NFL, it kind of like I expected him to be this nice that first year, but it kind of didn't happen. But this year, I'm seeing what I expected to see of him the first year in the league.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that would have happened to Emeka Egbuka hadn't had Chris Godwin and Mike Evans not got hurt. Like, and Jigba got drafted to the Seahawks, who had Tyler Lockett, who was good at the time, and DK Metcalf. And on top of that, Geno Smith is a quarterback.
All right.
So I mean, but even through that, he was still making noise. And now they see credit to the Seahawks. They got rid of DK Metcalf, they got rid of Tyler Lockett, and they brought in Sam Darnold. And man, it's all paying off.
It is.
All right. I needed that week, man. I went 11-4. You wasn't that bad. You went 7-8. So it brought me to 45-53, but you are still in the lead with the reverse score, 53-45.
7-8 doesn't fit the Bruce Diggy brand.
Well, we'll see how you do this week. I need one more good week, man. I'll be right back in it. All right, let's hold on. I will before we get into the next week. Let me where is it at? There it is. Boom. And boom. Let me just get your thoughts real quick, just to break it up for a second. This Chauncey Billups story, man. Chauncey Billups, huge icon in the city of Detroit. Yesterday, I believe that was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. Yesterday, the FBI did a press conference about how they've been doing this investigation on crime ring ran by the mafia that delves into sports, illegal gambling, and illegal prop bets, and blah blah blah, and all types of charges. So Terry Rozier, a guard for the Miami Heat, Damon Jones, there's my man right there. Damon Jones, former Piston. He played like 1 year with the Piston when they were in a transitional phase, and but he was assistant coach, and that was when he allegedly did what he did. And Chauncey Billups, who was not involved in the NBA at the time of the alleged crime, but now he's the Portland Trailblazers head coach, and obviously, he's been not suspended, but the league has separated themselves from him until they sort the situation out, and God knows what's going to happen to the Portland Trailblazers. But Chauncey is essentially accused of conspiring to scam people out of money in a rigged poker game. What are your thoughts?
Man, when I saw this story, my thoughts were all over the place, man, because it was like it was such a big story, and I think it was like 32 people involved, and um um I guess my first thoughts was what is what does poker got to do with sports? So I didn't get how this related back to sports. But then I seen other stories where I guess some point shaving was involved, some insider information was being involved, some information about LeBron's injuries before certain games were being leaked to certain people. Um, and it's just a I guess the poker was just a part of this big ring that all these people are involved in, and it just makes me think, man. Like what like if you told me that the NBA was rigged, big whoop. I mean, it's never been proven, but I think if you ask even a majority of basketball fans, if you ask them, is the NBA rigged? They're like, yeah, man, yeah, it's scripted. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Definitely
nothing is completely scripted, but it's reality TV. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, they out there playing the games, but you know what I'm saying? You kind of get the feeling that the NBA sways some things to go the way they want it to go. And now even with football, there have been a lot of controversies lately with the referees, certain calls that have been made on the field. Tom Brady back in the day got a lot of heat for some of the wins that he got. Nobody will ever forget the tuck rule that mysteriously appeared in one game and was never used ever again in any NFL game ever. And you just think, man, like with all these sports betting apps that have popped up on the scene and all the money that is involved in professional sports. I mean, all these leagues try to make it so, oh, we caught this many players gambling and we don't go for that around here. But come on, your top sponsor is DraftKings and FanDuel. Every 5 minutes, you're seeing FanDuel, Caesars, and all type of sports bets apps being promoted across the screen. So as you can fake the funk all you like about how much y'all are not into betting, but betting is a part of sports, and that is a lot of money. And anything with a lot of money is gonna have some illegal stuff in it, and um the other thing was the mafia is involved in, and I didn't even know the mafia was still around, but the mafia is involved, and it's weird that, I mean, it's weird to think that some illegal things aren't going on, and with the amount of people that were involved in this circus, I mean, it's really not a surprise. I'm pretty sure there are more crime rings and more people that are involved behind the scenes, and all this online betting and stuff going on. So I don't know, man. I just think it goes hand in hand with sports, and eventually, I don't think this will be the last thing that we see. Um, Chauncey is a Detroit hero, so hopefully, he finds a way to get exonerated in this thing, and hopefully he wasn't too deeply involved in it. So I'm wishing the best for him. But I mean, I guess those are pretty much my thoughts on that situation.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you. It's really not a whole lot to say other than just the thoughts that we think about when we see this story break. The one thing that I will say that out of the normal things that everybody's already said, the one thing I thought about was that a couple years ago, the Pistons fired um uh who was the GM? I can't remember who the GM was, but it was during Monty Williams, and they fired Monty Williams, and
Damn, I can't remember his name right now either.
I can't even envision them.
You hated that guy.
That sounds about right, but that's a lot of people in sports.
Soft spoken dude. Dang, I can't remember his name right now.
I can't remember. Let me see. Who was it? Because I got nothing, man.
I got his face is right there in my head. I can't remember the name.
There it is. Yeah, he was a soft spoken guy. Troy Weaver.
Yeah, Troy Weaver. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy who didn't believe in shooting in the NBA, in the modern day NBA. He thought I'll just take best player available. They don't need to have any type of cohesion, and I don't need 3-point shooting. It's overrated. Yeah, that guy. But anyway, after they fired Trajan Langdon, Chauncey Billups' name was out there, man. He did an interview and everything. And I was all on board with them hiring Chauncey Billups, giving him a shot, bringing him back home, kind of having the Joe Dumars effect. And man, oh man, thank God they didn't hire Chauncey Billups because it's bad enough him being a Detroit icon. Like I said, Damon Jones. Nobody, unless you deep in the basketball, deep in the basketball world, remembers Damon Jones playing on the Detroit Pistons. But Detroit Pistons GM Chauncey Billups arrested for illegal gambling ring. Like, oh man, this
But
team.
but if Chauncey comes here, is he even involved in that?
Yeah, no, this took place. That's a good question because this did take place like 3-4 years ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that was like right around the time though that it was a little bit before, like a year or two before. But yeah, like I said, man, he was kind of off of the basketball radar. He was still Chauncey Billups, so he could pop up wherever he wanted to, but he didn't have like an official job or anything. So I think that's where he kind of got caught up in this is what I'm assuming. But I don't know if like right now, I got no doubt that. Well, I shouldn't say I don't have any doubt, but I would imagine as a coach of the Portland Trailblazers, he's not still involved in this. But you never know. I'm just glad. I guess that was a blessing in disguise that we didn't hire Chauncey. So I'm with you, man. I hope everything works out for him as best as it can, and we go on from here. Just a quick local story going on. Well, it's a national story, but
National story. That's all that's on. That's all that's on ESPN.
man.
Day and night. I just see Chauncey's face.
All right, now week 8. Man, this week is moving. I mean, this season is moving. We in week 8, and the Minnesota Vikings went to LA to take on the Chargers. We didn't get a chance to get to it beforehand, but we talked about it off camera. And you took the Vikings, I took the Chargers. Carson Wentz, that man is fully dedicated to the NFL script. I told you that he needed to go out there and get wild and crazy to butter up the Minnesota Vikings fans. Like, hey guys, JJ's coming back. Aren't you excited? And Carson had to go out there, man, and look a damn fool. And that's what he did last night. He didn't want to be there. Kirk Herbstreit wanted to go down there and slap my man. He basically wanted to be like, Carson, quit being a bitch. Like that's pretty much what he was saying. Like that was he tiptoed as close as he could to the line.
Yeah, man. I picked the Vikings because the Chargers have been having some injuries, and like I said, at the beginning of the season they came out hot, man. And I hadn't seen that team for a couple of weeks. They were missing the action with all the injuries they had. But what I didn't know is that they got the left tackle back last night, I think. And I've seen Keenan Allen was back playing. I don't know if I can't think of I know they have some injuries. I think they got most of their injuries back. I don't know if their running back is back running is back playing.
They on their third string running back still.
Oh, okay. But they came out, man, and they played ball, man, and I was watching that game. I only watched half of it. I mean, after the first 14 points, it was like, oh, this game is over. I'm not about to watch this game. My cousin came in and was like, "You not watching the game?" I was like, man, they beating the hell out of them boys. But yeah, man, I couldn't tell. So I'm not sure. I want to I was a big proponent of the Chargers being a good team this year, and I'm not sure if I'm back on the train or not yet, man. It's like I'm not sure if the Chargers play amazing in that game or the Vikings were just ass.
The Chargers are right there with in my book, right there with the Chicago Bears and Washington Commanders. And I know you hate them, but the Dallas Cowboys, they're right there in good team categories for me.
See, man, a healthy Chargers team is better than those teams to me. I think they get their run. I think they get their running back. They surpass those teams.
I think any of those teams could beat each other on any given Sunday.
And they're led by your boy, your boy wonder, your knight in shining armor, Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert is a man. Justin Herbert should have been a Detroit Lion. But Justin Herbert, Justin Herbert can only do so much. Their defense has never been great, in my opinion. This is probably the best receiving core that Justin Herbert's ever had in his career. And they got a tight end that's coming on. So, but at the same time, they're missing offensive linemen. And it took them all a game to get it going, but they haven't been running the ball that well. And, their offensive line, they lost another offensive lineman last night. So, I'm rooting for Justin Herbert, man. I hope they make it to the playoffs, and I hope he finally wins a playoff game. But I just think their team is good. Their team is good. I can't go no further than that.
Justin Herbert. You've been telling me about Justin Herbert since I came in. I never really been big on Justin Herbert. This year was probably the way they came into the season this year and the end of last year was probably the biggest I've been on Justin Herbert since he's been in the league, and just when I was about to get there, they start losing games, and now I don't know what to think of Justin Herbert, man. So I will say, I respect him more than Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Justin Herbert, Justin Herbert can actually hit a receiver. So this game, man, this was a tough game. I was looking at this one, but we got a rematch from just 2 weeks ago when the New York Giants, Philly came into New York and the Giants took it to the Eagles. Eagles were never really ever in that game on a Thursday night, and now we got the rematch, but this time it's in Philly, and Philly is at home. They are giving 7.
I'm taking Philly. There's no way that the Giants beat Philly 2 times in a row, even with a 7-point spread. Philly showed some fight last week against the against the Vikings, but once again, man, it's the Vikings, dog. And like you said, that game ended up being close. So at the end of that game, I don't know. Now that I think about it, it doesn't feel right in Philly right now, man. It's like they won the Super Bowl and lost their fire. So, but I don't see the Giants winning 2 weeks in a row. So, ooh, dang, I feel dirty doing it though, man. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Philly.
Okay. I'm with you, man. I'm gonna take Philly as well. I took Philly in the last matchup, and the Giants destroyed them. I've been off ever since then. I've been off of the. Well, I've always been off the Giants, and I kind of refuse to pick the Giants because I think at some point, man, the Giants are gonna be. The Giants are who we thought they were. And last week was a start to that. A collapse of monumental proportions. How do you bounce back from that? If you recall, I don't know if that was last year or the year before, but there was a week where, what's my man name? Tommy Cutlets, Tommy DeVito.
Oh, Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito hit the scene, man, and oh man, this is the same thing they're doing with Jackson Dart. Now, don't get me wrong, Jackson Dart is a much better player than Tommy DeVito, but the same hype and pomp circumstances that we're getting for Jackson Dart, we got the same dog and pony show with Tommy DeVito.
But you knew that wasn't sustainable with Tommy DeVito. You can see the actual difference with Dart.
You can see the difference, but again, who is he throwing to out there? Your best receiver has a torn ACL. Cam Scatterboo.
That only do so much.
That dude is looking for a concussion. So, at some point, now the defense is great, but you say the defense is great, but then you turn around and look and they give up 33 in one quarter. So I'm with you. I'm taking the Eagles. And I think they showed something last week, and they still got to get Saquon to break 100 yards. And why not against his favorite?
That's what I was going to ask you, man. So everybody was saying like, the Eagles are finally running found they passing game. Everybody was talking about the Eagles couldn't pass. You had AJ Brown dissing the team like he likes to do. Nobody's giving me the ball, and everybody was questioning Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball downfield. Nobody's getting the ball. They can't pass the ball. And on top of that, Saquon is not Saquon this year. So, are the Eagles back?
Saquon is not Saquon. That's just such a funny statement to me because I feel like Saquon last year was not Saquon. And this Saquon, this is the Saquon that I know, that I grew accustomed to. and that guy last year was an anomaly in my opinion. But
Well,
they still
Saquon was nah. To your point, he wasn't as good. He's never been as good as he was last year.
never.
But he was an amazing runner in the Vikings. In the Vikings, the Giants. I would in fact say he was the team when he was when he was a Giant.
Sure, but I don't think I think he broke more big runs in this one season than he ever did with the Giants.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So, they at some point though they got to get him to crack 100 yards. So yeah, why
But
not?
but is Saquon even doing what he was doing in New York? Not this year.
I think he was getting the ball more in New York and doing less, but he's getting the ball less here and he's doing the same amount he was doing with more carries in New York.
Mm.
I don't know what that equates to, but I'm just saying, like they don't they I feel like where you talk about the Falcons use Bijan too much, I feel like the Eagles don't use Bijan enough. I mean, I use Saquon enough
Saquon, right?
because I'll see. I swear they got like 3 running backs. They got 3 active running backs on their roster and Saquon, and I feel like they find a way to get everybody involved. And it's like, why are you? why, why why is this guy in the game? I don't understand what you're trying to do, and it's just a wasted carry.
Yeah, nah. 3 running backs is ridiculous. When you got Saquon in the game, maybe one running back to give him a breather every now, but three is. I didn't understand it when they had Swift in there in that 3-man offense. Now Saquon is a much better running back, but you don't need all them guys back there.
Yeah, yeah, and to their credit, this game they didn't do too much. Will Shipley is a running back, so they use 2 other running backs and Saquon. So it's like I don't know. I feel like it's a big. They just doing too much. I know they got a new offensive coordinator, and I think that's the whole problem with their whole
It,
team.
it's, it, it, it sounds like it because they just feel different than last year.
Yeah. Aaron Glenn and the New York Jets are going to Cincinnati. Vegas has no confidence in the Jets. They are giving the New York Jets 6.5.
I said last week, man, that if the Jets lost to the Panthers, I was gonna have to jump ship. And with the way the Bengals played last week against the Steelers, I'm gonna have to hold true to my word, and I'm gonna have to jump ship on the Jets. Especially with I don't know who the starting quarterback is gonna be. Um, Joe Flacco looked like a brand new man with the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Cincinnati has looked good the last couple of weeks. So, unfortunately, against my heart, I'm gonna roll with the Cincinnati Bengals in this game.
I tried to shape away. I didn't try, but I was open minded to taking the 6.5. Cincinnati had like their first good game in forever, but when I looked at the stats, the Bengals and the Jets are both at the bottom of a lot of categories and bottom half of the league in a lot of categories. So it came down to, well, who do I see, projecting better? And obviously, it's the Cincinnati Bengals. They have a much better team. They're missing one piece, and that's their quarterback. And Joe Flacco showed that he could do it for at least 1 week. We'll see how he could do going forward. But for 1 week, he showed you what it could look like when it all comes together. And on the flip side, you I can't remember what you said earlier about Aaron Glenn, but I said, man, the problem with the Jets is glaringly obvious when you look at the stats, and that is that the
Oh, I said
Cincinnati.
zero blitz.
Yeah, there you go. It's not blitzing. The Cincinnati Bengals have 9 takeaways this season. The New York Jets are dead last with 1 takeaway in 7 games.
Wow.
There you go. That wow is exactly right.
Where,
Um,
where's Sauce? I thought he had the sauce. Where is that guy?
where's Sauce? Where's Quentin Williams? And where is your defensive minded head coach? It's not going good. All right.
And speaking of speaking of Aaron Glenn, man, to your point earlier, I've been seeing a lot of players been getting into it with Aaron Glenn, man. Is the team trying to know Aaron Glenn, man?
Dog, I told you. I believe that Aaron Glenn kind of went about it the wrong way. He came in there. He told the media, you know, Aaron Glenn basically came in there like my man and half bag and was like, F you, F you, F you, you're
You're
cool,
cool.
F you. Like that's pretty much how Aaron Glenn came in. So he told the media what he thought about it and what he thought about their opinions. He told Aaron Rodgers what he thought about him. And, Aaron Glenn is just being super honest, but at some point, sometimes, man, it's better to come in and just take the temperature of the room first.
I mean, listen, man. Aaron Glenn is being Aaron Glenn, dog. I said that from the start, from the moment he went there. Aaron, it's good to see that Aaron Glenn hasn't changed from the moment he was here to the moment he's there. Aaron Glenn is being Aaron Glenn. When he came here, and the defense, the first couple of seasons, defense wasn't looking good, and everybody was like, "Fire AG, fire AG," and AG came out there. He wasn't apologetic. He wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, I'm working on it, you know what I'm saying, don't worry. He was like, hey, what would you do? You see what I'm working with, you know what I'm saying? He was just unapologetic, and that's just his personality, man. Even the guys here, man, even the guys here when they ask the Detroit Lions, what's the difference between AG and Calvin Shepard? They like, well, I mean, he's older, he's more stern, you know what I'm saying? And and Shep is one of the guys. Shep is passionate. You can see the joy, and he'll kick it with you, where AG was just kind of stoic, you know what I'm saying? And that's AG. I mean, the guys here respected AG, but I don't think he was one of the guys, man. He was more like he was more of a coach role, whereas the players say with Shep, they can see him as a player, but they know when to turn on the coach mode for him. You know what I'm saying? They know when to respect him as a coach, but they can see him more as a player. And AG, I don't know. I don't know if he just got that mode in him, man. AG just kind of does AG things, if that makes sense.
I didn't think AG was the best defensive coordinator I had ever seen. We talked about. I remember talking about it in our video where we said where we were talking about the transition from uh, offensive and defensive coordinators, and I talked about Kelvin Shepard, and I pretty much said that I didn't think Kelvin Shepard could do any worse. I said it might take some time, but I didn't think that AG was the greatest schematics coach. I thought AG was just a great motivator and a great speaker, and people were willing to play for him. But in terms of X's and O's, I thought Kelvin Shepard could easily uh, be a step above what AG was, and it turned out to be true. But to your point about AG being AG, I don't disagree with you at all. But I'm not. You can answer it if you want. I'm not necessarily asking you. I would love to ask AG because I think the answer is no. I think if I went to AG and I said, AG, you are 0-7 based on how you've done things. That's your 0-7. That's what the facts are. Now, if I told you, and I don't, if I hypothetically told you that if you would have came into the Jets differently and you did things in a manner of which you weren't fully comfortable in doing, but you'd end up being 5-2, would AG take that, or would AG say, "Nah, man, I'm gonna do it my way"?
AG would 100% without a doubt say, I'm going to do it my way.
I agree with you too, and that's why
Not,
he's always
not only that, but he's going to say, and fuck you for asking.
and that's why he's 0-7. So we both are on Cincinnati. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to your Carolina Panthers. I don't know if they're your Carolina Panthers this week because there's no Bryce. Bryce Young I believe Bryce Young is out this week.
They play who?
The Bills are going to Carolina.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. Wait. Hold up. So let me get this straight. If I'm correct, the Bills lost one game, 2 games, and then went on a bye week, right?
Sure. I believe
and now they're coming back first game against the Panthers.
With no
there's not a question in my mind that the Bills take this game, and not only do they take this game, but they take it handily. So whatever the spread is, yes, give me that times 2.
I'm with you, man. I'm not as confident as you are, though. Honestly, I don't think Buffalo, man. Believe it or not, man. Buffalo is they're bad. It's in terms of defending the run. And then the offense is only putting up 8 more points than the Panthers per game, which is ironic because the spread is 7.5. So, I mean, that's the only reason I'm doing this. But again, like I said, Carolina at home, I fully believe in Rico Dowdle. I fully expect him to run through the Buffalo Bills, whose defense hasn't been great at all this year. But on the flip side, they do got to stop Josh Allen, and they do got to stop James Cook.
Yeah, I don't doubt that the Panthers have had a good stretch of games, but the teams they've had a good stretch of games against haven't been great teams. They've been they've been less than good teams, and I just don't think that they can keep up with Buffalo's not defense, Buffalo's offense. I think Buffalo offense is going to come out and put up a gang load of points. And while the Panthers have been okay, when they face good teams like the Patriots and I forgot some of their earlier games, but when they face teams like the Patriots, man, they kind of fold. And I expect to see that this week against Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on Buffalo too, but I definitely am not as convinced as you are. So we'll see how it goes.
I mean, that's why I'm so convinced, because Buffalo has been on a bad stretch, and not only have they had time to think and brew about those 2 losses that they went into that bye week for, but they've also had 2 weeks to prepare for the Panthers. So yeah, I'm confident.
I'm also not convinced that I don't even know who is it. Not Darnold. What's my man? He want to say AJ. What's they backup?
Plummer.
No, they still got Andy Dalton there, don't they?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh yeah, no. If Plummer is playing, then yeah, no, I'm fully on board with you. I thought Andy Dalton was there.
No, I don't think Dalton is their quarterback.
Okay.
Didn't Dalton get traded to somebody else? I think he got traded.
I was watching because Bryce Young got hurt last week, and I thought let me see. Carolina Panthers. Ooh, yeah. Carolina Panthers will start Andy Dalton as quarterback on Sunday.
Hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
It says regardless of Bryce Young's injury status. What does that mean? Bryce Young listed as doubtful. So yeah, but I mean to that point though, I'm not.
I mean
I'm not so,
that doesn't change anything for me. Like let's not like you said Andy Dalton. I was like, oh my goodness, Andy Dalton. Oh well, why did you say so in the first place? Nah, that doesn't change anything for me.
Nah, it's more so like if I was talking about a regular team, and then I was like, yeah, but they backup is playing. Oh, they backup is playing. Oh yeah, no, I'm out. Like that's usually how that conversation goes. But it's like Carolina Panthers backup Andy Dalton is playing. It's like okay, Andy Dalton, Bryce Young, tomato.
Nah, I think Bryce Young is better than Andy Dalton.
Yeah, depends on the day. Some days he is. Some days he's not. Some days, I mean, I'm telling you, man. Some days Bryce. Some days like Bryce Young, like I don't know how to explain it, man. It's like not a zombie, but it's just like a switch, bro. It's like Inside Out, like on Inside Out. Um, all the emotions control the girl.
Yeah.
And that's like Bryce Young. Like his emotions be oversleeping. And then he'd be in like the third quarter and they'd be like, oh shit, the game is the day. And then they flip all the switches and turn everything on. And then Bryce Young start playing. But sometimes they sleep through the whole game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's Andy. That's Bryce Young for you. San Francisco is going to Houston to take on the Texans. Texans are at home. They are giving one.
I'm gonna go against conventional thinking right here because the way that both teams have been playing, I should pick the 49ers, man. But because the 49ers have been playing well and Houston has not been, but I think this is the week that Houston pulls it together, man, and they ink out a win against because to me, I feel like the 49ers and the Texans are on the same part. And any week, any team can go either way. So the Houston's have lost like 2 weeks in a row, man. And I think they're gonna pull this one out against for the 49ers.
Man, I don't think I've ever gone back and forth over a game this hard in my head. Um, and I finally decided to take the Houston Texans, and it left such a disgusting taste in my mouth, and I was so mad at myself. And then I thought, like, well, I mean, I could just take whatever the opposite Bruce says because, to your point, San Francisco has had a okay season. Actually, they've had a good season, but they're just like, how are they doing it? And at some point, man, they're gonna need a healthy team.
Right.
And on the flip side, the Houston Texans have had a bad season, but their 2 wins have been at home, and they're 2-0 at home. This game is at home. And yeah, they're not that far apart from the San Francisco 49ers. But once you said that you were taking Houston, I'm fully happy with hopping off of Houston and going to San Francisco. And even if I lost going with San Francisco, I would feel way better than if I lost going with Houston. So yeah, I'll take San Francisco.
It's glad to see you, man. That you're my polar opposite.
Nah, I do not like the Texans.
I know. Ever since the
Um,
moment CJ Stroud stepped on that field, he was like, "Ew."
no. It was not the moment he stepped foot on the field. It was the moment that he stepped foot on the field the following year because I watched him so closely during his first year, and at the end of the year, he made me bite my tongue, go back, apologize for everything bad that I ever said about this man, only for him to not show up for the next following 2 years and prove that I was right all along. So you know what? To hell with CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. And the 1 week I pick them last week, they get blown out on Monday Night Football.
Man, it's not CJ Stroud's fault, man. He lost all the weapons that he had around him.
To
That
hell.
that one.
To hell.
We're
With
we're
CJ
free
Stroud.
Tank Deal, man. Let's get Frank Tank Deal surgeons back in and let's fix that knee and get this man the weapons he deserves around him. Somebody somebody call somebody to call somebody to get some hoes for Joe Mixon so we can get this man back on the field.
You know what, man? I ain't gonna say it's the Texans. You're right. It is CJ Stroud. Because I like DeMarco. I like D'Amico Ryans. I like Will Anderson.
Nico Collins.
I like Nico Collins. I like the whole Texans. I like the colors. I like everything about the Texans, man. But when you say CJ Stroud, you're right. It is CJ Stroud. I'll admit that.
I knew what it was. I know you. I know you.
The Cleveland Browns are traveling to New England. New England is at home. They are giving 7.
New England, man. New England. Drake May has been putting up numbers, man. I haven't really watched a lot of the Patriots game. The Patriots game doesn't really be on like that, but every time I see the Patriots, man, they're doing good, man. And to your point, ever since Gonzalez came back, man, they've been on a run. They've been on a tear. The Browns don't have enough. All they got is Junkins, and that's not enough to compete with the Patriots have been putting up, man. Stephon Diggs even made a sighting. Was that last week? Stephon Diggs made a sighting. He even showed up to play a game, so they can keep doing that, man. The Patriots are forced to be reckoned with, and to both of our points, we both said that the Patriots were gonna be a team to take a look at this year. I mean, they kind of got off to a slow start, but ever since the first 2 games, man, they've been off and running.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. The only way New England struggles in this game is they hit Dylan Gabriel so hard that they put Shador Sanders in the game and Shador breathes life into this, Cleveland Browns team. Which, to your point, I mean, Junkins did win last week, and Junkins had a good game, but this is not the Miami Dolphins. The New England Patriots at home is a totally different ball game. So they're
Hey,
gonna really have to do something.
listen, man, you're a Cleveland Browns fan, man, and you're not supposed to be happy if a guy gets hurt in football. That's the worst thing that can happen. But just say for just this moment, you know what I'm saying, you see your quarterback go down just for a moment. Does your heart flutter a little bit thinking that maybe they'll push the door in?
Oh no, there's no maybe. That if you want to see Shador, that man is Dylan Gabriel is all that stands between Cleveland Browns fans and Shador Sanders. So yeah, no, if I'm a Browns fan, yeah, I'm rooting for the Patriots to, I'm rooting for the Patriots to play hard football.
Take that man down.
Man, you gotta do to get that
Yeah.
W. Chicago. Well, yeah, but if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm like, hey, take it easy on Gabriel, man. You don't want to hurt him. Your game that you are highly vested in. The Chicago Bears are traveling to Baltimore. Baltimore is at home. They are giving 6.5.
Lamar's back. If I'm correct, I think not all of the defensive players, but a lot of Baltimore's defensive players are back. Um, Baltimore, since Lamar and their defense has been hurt, has been going through it through the media. Everybody is doubting them. Everybody's saying that they've lost it. That they finally done. It's over for them. Everything's done. I think Baltimore comes out with something to prove, and they come out and we see the Baltimore that we saw at the beginning of the year come out on this field, and they put up numbers. So yeah, I'm back on the Baltimore train. Give me Baltimore.
Chicago started the season 0-2. Ever since then, Ben Johnson and the Bears have gone on a 4-game win streak. Baltimore is having a terrible start to their season, and I'm with you, man. Lamar is coming back, and Lamar's coming back, and I don't think they're going to go out. I joked about them just go ahead and shutting the season down, getting a high draft pick, but they're not going to do that, and they're going to actually compete and try to make it something. And what better team to, get the ball rolling than the Chicago Bears? Like you said, they've had a lot of time off. Lamar's had a lot of time off, and I think this will be a good game for him to try to get Baltimore back on track, because if they lose to Chicago, man, no, this season is over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got they've got to do it this week, so it's not
Yeah.
even a question.
Whereas, Chicago's on a 4-game win streak. They're 4-2. They could drop a game. It won't be the end of the season. So Baltimore is definitely the more desperate team.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Miami going to Atlanta. Atlanta at home.
Wow.
Doesn't matter what they're giving them. For those that cared, Miami is getting 7.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Atlanta Bijan Robinsons. Atlanta Falcons to win this game, man. Give me. I don't think that Miami have enough to take on Bijan, and uh, the Falcons on this game. So yeah, give me the Bijans to win.
Atlanta is definitely going to win this game, and I'll even tell you that Drake London will have over 100 yards receiving.
I'll be interested to see that. Let's make that a bookmark for next week's betted up results. Let's see what Drake London stats are next week.
Drake London over 100. Tampa Bay at New Orleans. New Orleans is at home. They are getting 4.5 at home.
There's no question. Baker Mayfield is going to come out pissed. He left the game last week pissed. He was hurt. He was limping. He was cussing out referees. The Saints just ran across the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a bad week, and they're going to take their fury out on that old ass decrepit team. Just trying to cross the street, and the guy's going to be like, "You need some help across the street," and instead of helping them across the street, they're just going to trip them.
Now this guy, this right here, man, the same way, or was it? Let's see. Okay, so this guy he kind of looks like him too. This guy, Spencer Rattler, is Bizarro CJ Stroud. I hated CJ Stroud. I mean, I did hate CJ Stroud, but I hated Spencer Rattler coming into the NFL, and all he did was show up and be terrible. And I was like, see, this guy is terrible. But this guy is reverse CJ Stroud because yeah, he started off terrible, but all he's done since then is fight, fight, fight. I had to fight my whole life. He been fighting, fighting, fighting. Caleb Williams took his job in college. He didn't care. He kept on fighting. He fought his way back to the NFL, or back to the NFL, to the NFL. And he got cast. He got sentenced and cast to the land of New Orleans, where they haven't been relevant since Drew Brees and Sean Payton. And all that man continues to do is go out there and fight every week. And every week we do this bet it up. I get on here and I say, damn it, the New Orleans Saints and Spencer Rattler are going to put up a fight. And then I always take the other team. And I can't express how excited I am for the first time that I don't got to say, yeah, they're going to put up a fight, but I'm going to take the other team because this is the week that I finally get to take the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, you know me, man. Ever since Spencer Rattler's been in college, man, I've been a Spencer Rattler's fan ever since he lost that job in Oklahoma, man. And I said that he's gonna make a comeback one day, only for him to come to the league and get put on one of the worst teams in the league, one of the worst and the oldest teams in the league, the New Orleans Saints,
and Brokers,
and the Brokers team, and when you're trying to make a comeback run, if you're going to get dealt the worst hand you can get dealt, the Saints is that hand, and that guy's on that team. And as much as I like Spencer Rattler, as much as I want him to make a comeback, it's not going to happen with the Saints. So I'm sticking with my bet.
I remember it had to be the Aiden Hutchinson year, because I knew he had a high pick. So I remember going into that college season. I know it probably was the Hutchinson year, but I don't remember. But all I know is that I knew the Lions were going to be awful, and I was cool with that. And I was like, well, we'll get a high draft pick. So I remember I Googled it, like who's the odds on favorite to be the number one quarterback coming out of college, and it was like Spencer Rattler. I'm like, who the hell is Spencer Rattler? And I was like, oh, okay, he kind of funny looking, but whatever. And then I remember I started reading about him, like, okay, he biracial, biracial, the new hotness. Maybe the next Patrick Mahomes, da. And then I end up the first game of the year was Oklahoma against somebody, marquee matchup. And I'm like, man, I finally get to watch Spencer Rattler play. Like, oh man, it's gonna be couldn't wait. And then I saw that game, bro, and I was like, ugh. Oh, this guy kind of sucks. You know who he looked like in the first game in retrospect? He looked exactly like Arch Manning. But all that being said, man, he's come a long way. He continues to fight. He continues to get better.
I didn't catch Spencer Rattler in this first game. I came around midway where he was like mid-career. He was on top of the world at Oklahoma when I first came across Spencer Rattler. He was the man. He was beating up on smaller teams, weaker than him, and nobody could stop this man. And then he played a real team, and it was like, damn.
He might have been good. I don't know what it was, man, but it was the Arch Manning effect, man, because he was good, probably his first time, but when they gave him that job and he was the guy, he couldn't handle that shit, and it all fell apart. But I'm hoping that we still got the Honolulu flu, So Mike Evans is essentially done. I mean, if they made the playoffs, I think he's got a chance to come back. But Mike Evans is done. I don't know the status of Chris Godwin. Bucky Irvin is still questionable, and I think Abuko will end up playing. And Tez Johnson is hot right now. Grab him in fantasy if you need a wide receiver, but I think the Buccaneers will struggle to get back on the horse.
Well, questionable usually means that you're playing, and
he's not officially questionable. I'm saying he's questionable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, I would be with you on the Mike Evans things, but for some reason, man, the Tampa Bay seem not to have any drop offs when they lose Mike Evans.
Yeah. I'm going New Orleans, and if they let me down, just don't let me down. Just don't let me down.
Don't give up on Spencer Robinson, man. You the only guy in this corner, man. I mean, I want to be there with you, but I just can't do
it. Listen, man, I think Spencer is gonna hold me down, and you know, I Spencer, I just repped you as hard as I could, man. I'm probably the only person on YouTube doing this, so I just need a good game, man. Y'all ain't even got to win. I just need you to go out there, and I can't blame that game on Spencer Rattler, and I'll be cool with that.
I'm with you, man. I want the same thing. I want the same thing, man.
Dallas going to Denver. Denver is at home. They are giving 3.5.
Dallas has been playing well, man, but Dallas are frauds, man. Denver, on the other hand, is not the team they were last year, man. Denver has been hit and miss this year. Last year, I would have gone into this game confidently, taking Denver without any qualms, without any worries. And I'm still going to take them this year, man. I'm going to take them over the Cowboys, but I'm not taking them confidently, man. Anything can happen with the Broncos. Hell, they could go out and not score for 3 quarters.
I'm with you, man. The Broncos are not. Broncos haven't shown me any type of consistency that I want to see out of them. My favorite thing about the Broncos last year, where they were a fantastic defense, they are not a fantastic defense this year. My thing about Bo Nix was kind of a wily, get it done, kind of like Bo Nix. I can't believe I'm saying this, but my hopes were my hope. I'm not gonna say what you think I'm gonna say. My hopes were that Bo Nix would look like Daniel Jones does this year, but instead he's just a step slower. He's just a step slow out there, and you know he does enough, but he hasn't taken a step forward by any means. He's just kind of the same guy he was last year with a little bit of I don't know. So all that being said, man, again at the end of the day, the one thing I can tell you is that Dallas can put up points and move the ball. Their defense is not great, but neither is the Denver offense. So I'm taking Dallas.
For those of you who that were wondering, I thought he was going to say he was comparing them to a young, wily Matt Stafford, but he didn't go that route.
No. I mean, I can see the comparison, but absolutely not. Absolutely not. Tennessee is, oh my goodness. Tennessee is speaking of Indianapolis and Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones. Tennessee is traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts are giving 14.
Hey, we gotta we gotta find out how to put sound bites in our live clips, man. And right here it would have been like we put in Cam Ward saying, I ain't gonna lie, we ass. And right when you say every time you say the Titans, we need to play that clip.
Yeah, because I don't know anybody in their right mind who's going to take the Tennessee Titans.
No.
There's no reason to take the Tennessee Titans. I mean, what more can they do? They fired
Hey,
their coach.
listen, I wasn't listening to the spread. It doesn't matter what the spread is, but I wasn't listening to the spread. But just for kicks and giggles, what was the spread on this game?
14.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Tennessee's done everything they possibly can do, and there's just no hope for that team. They might as well put Will Levis back out there.
No. That is not the answer. That is not the answer, Swag.
I can't wait till training camp next year. Man, I hope they make it to Hard Knocks because I can't wait for training camp next year with the Tennessee Titans.
But the Titans are on Hard Knocks.
I hope so. I don't know.
Is Hard Knocks even a thing anymore? I thought they discontinued Hard Knocks.
No, there's like 3 different versions of Hard Knocks.
Wow.
There's Hard Knocks training camp. There's Hard Knocks in season, and then there's like a third Hard Knocks. But no, this year training camp was Buffalo Bills. It was extremely boring.
It sounds like it would be.
The one player who was like semi fun or interesting.
Keon Coleman.
No. I thought Keon Coleman was gonna have a big year because every time they showed them practicing, Josh Allen was hitting Keon Coleman, but it was a wide receiver. It was a wide receiver though, but he got cut by Denver, but I can't remember his name. But he got cut by Denver, and I don't even think he made the Bills team. He might be on the practice squad or something.
Yeah, man, I can see the Bills Hard Knocks being boring, man. It just feels like they would just be following Josh Allen around the whole time.
And they didn't even really do that. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot of Josh Allen. It was just boring, man. And in their defense, I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes because it was like, yeah,
No one cares.
Josh Allen is the team. They might as well just follow Josh Allen around and like,
yeah,
Josh Allen. They could just show Josh Allen interacting with random people of the team, but it was no need to like not Sean Payton. What's their coach's name? Sean something.
I can't think of that coach name, but yeah, I mean, that is the story. That's like if you're a reporter and in Metropolis, and they're like, hey, I'm gonna give you a story with the Justice League. You know what I'm saying? You're talking to Superman and Batman. I mean, the other guys are there, but I mean, if you waste your time following around Wonder Woman and Aquaman, what are we doing here, man? Like, why are you here?
It's a bigger gap than that, man. It's I couldn't even tell you, man, but it just wasn't worth watching. To your point, and usually the off season one is pretty good, but I mean, you just got to have the right team, and the Buffalo Bills are not the right team.
like an old anime version. Now let's check in and see what Sakura is doing today. No one cares.
Yeah, no, there you go. For anime, it's like you got sent there to interview the cast of Dragon Ball Z, and you following Chaozu and Yamcha. They're like, yeah, we don't really fight that much, but we did fight one time. We lost, but yeah, actually, I think the guys are fighting right now, but we don't get any screen time.
Oh man.
All right, 2 more games. It's a big game too. I guess this is Sunday Night Football. Green Bay Packers are traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers are at home. I'm pretty sure it's on a Sunday night, and they are getting 3.
I am gonna go with the Steelers, man. The Steelers have for the most part this year looked pretty good. They took an L last week that I know they're mad about. And to your point, man, the Green Bay Packers haven't really looked that good this year. I mean, they came out on fire, but ever since those first two games, man, they've looked like they did last year. And this is on brand for the Packers, man. I think I said it. I think I said it at the beginning of the year, man. Usually the Packers come out, man, and they come out and they play like four good games, and then they go in the middle of the season. They'll go mid. They'll go real bad, and they'll lose a stretch of games, like 6 games in a row where they look really bad. And then right at towards the end of the season, they'll put it together again, and they'll do just good enough to make the playoffs again, where they're losing the first round. And so far, it looks like they're on brand to keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. With the way the Steelers have looked this year, I'm gonna roll with the Steelers. The Steelers defense has been pretty good. Aaron Rodgers has been playing pretty good, a pretty good game. Has been having a pretty good season this year. And I don't even think it was his fault that they lost last week. I mean, he came out and did his job. He came down to score. He just did it with too much time left on the clock. And yeah, and it was unfortunate that the Bengals got the ball last. So yeah, man. With that being said, yeah, give me the Steelers.
I think this was a really tough game for me to decide on, and I'm not mad at your Steelers pick at all. I mean, it really embraces two things that I love about football. Two narratives, not narratives. Yeah, narratives. Yeah, two narratives. I truly believe in football. One, we both believe is don't bet against Mike Tomlin,
Yeah.
and two is I'm a huge proponent of the revenge game narrative. If you can explain to me a way, a player, a coach, somehow this guy had ties to this team and this is their revenge game. I love that narrative, and usually it's enough to get me to hop on
Oh,
board.
I didn't even think about that. I'm tripping.
Yeah, and it's right here for me. Aaron Rodgers versus the Green Bay Packers in Pittsburgh on his new home field. So that's a great reason to. And I'm just going to go ahead and just go off script, but on script for the NFL. and I'm gonna take the Green Bay Packers, because the other thing is that a lot of people don't like Aaron Rodgers anymore. I don't fall in that boat. I don't mind Aaron Rodgers at all. I actually think Aaron Rodgers is quite entertaining. He says funny shit, and he's kind of an asshole, but whatever. I'm gonna be rooting for Aaron Rodgers in this game.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you. I've never had a problem with Aaron Rodgers, except for the fact that he played with the Packers. So when he left the Packers, it gave me even more reason not to hate him anymore. I have never had a problem with in all the stuff that he does. Yeah, some people don't like Aaron Rodgers. I've never had that. But to your point, man, you're right. This is a revenge game, and that makes me double down on my Steelers pick because to your point, man, Aaron Rodgers is an asshole, and he's going to be petty, and he's going to remember all the bad things and all the bad shirt deals and all the receivers that they wouldn't give him and signing a backup quarterback, all this stuff that the Green Bay Packers did to Aaron Rodgers while he was there. He's going to remember all of it, and he's going to take it all out on the Green Bay. And meanwhile, on the other side, we know how the Green Bay Packers feel about revenge games because the Green Bay had a chance for a revenge game this year for they newly acquired mans, the undisputed, the best defensive end in the league, Michael Parsons, where they showed up to show the Cowboys just how they gonna ride for their mans. And what did they do when they got out there? They said, "Go home. whatever. And they
Ho
ended that game in a tie. So yeah, I'm doubling down. Steelers, baby.
and for that very reason, ho hum whatever is I couldn't sum up ho hum whatever more than I could as -3. If you told me that the Green Bay Packers got to cover -3, that sounds like a ho hum whatever effort. The Green Bay Packers allow the second fewest rushing yards per game in the NFL. On top of that, which by my mind tells me that they're going to force the opponent to throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers have like the fewest pass yards in the NFL. They're definitely towards the bottom. Another thing that made me take Green Bay was that Green Bay does not turn the ball over. They're top 5 in taking care of the ball as well. And like I said, I'm going to be rooting for Aaron Rodgers, but this is just one of those games where I root for Aaron Rodgers, and at the end, the bad guys win. So I'll take Green Bay.
The bad guys.
All right, Monday Night Football. Washington Commanders minus Jaden Daniels are traveling to Kansas City. Huh?
The other team. We haven't said the other team yet, but whoever the other team is, they winning.
They're traveling into Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium. Chiefs given 10.5.
Oh yeah, it's the Chiefs on top of that. Yeah, yeah, it's the Chiefs. Yeah, man. The Chiefs are feeling themselves, man, and the Commanders are not, man. And I mean, I got nothing else to say about that game. The Chiefs are feeling themselves, the Commanders are not, and that Jaden Daniels isn't even playing. So yeah, that game kind of plays itself.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. I was with you all up until the end. And then dare I? No, Marcus Mariota has not looked good this year. Let's look at Marcus Mariota for this year. That's gonna be my determining. Marcus Mariota, Washington Commanders. For the year, recent games. See all. All right, Mariota's played in 3 games. Jay and Daniels got to get it together, man. Marcus Mariota's played in 3 games. Most recently, this past Sunday. He finished the game 4 for 10, 4 out of 10, 63 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick, sacked twice. Ran for 34 yards. Before that, 16 to 27, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick against Atlanta, 2 sacks. Oh, that was the Mariota revenge game. And then against the Raiders, 40. Yeah, Mariota, like, man, y'all asking for too much. I'm not gonna do it, man. Give me.
Hey, I'm about to say, man, if we learn anything this year, this is the upset year. So if any time's to do it, now's the time to do it.
Now is definitely the time to do it on Monday Night Football. You getting 10.5 points. But just Marcus Mariota, man. If it wasn't Mariota, we just talked about how I mean, you 100% right. You 100% right. Like, we just talked about how the Commanders aren't good, but they're not bad. They're 3-4. Yeah, but you get 10.5 points, but it's Marcus Mariota. And I've never been a fan of Marcus Mariota. I never hated Marcus Mariota, but I always just thought that he was, even when he was in Oregon, and that was he was at peak Marcus Mariota. I always thought in Oregon, like, man, he's really not that great. He just runs a lot, you know.
I love Marcus Mariota in Tennessee, man, and dog, I always wanted them to put Mariota in, and and they would never put him in. They would always put in your guy. Damn, what was that dude name? I hated that man. What was his name?
Black dude, white dude.
White dude. Right before they got
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Yeah, nah, Tannehill wasn't my guy. Tannehill was good like one season where I think he linked up with Vrabel.
Dog, Tannehill, dog, every time I said Tannehill fucking sucks, man, you always came to his defense.
That's probably the one year he linked up with Vrabel. He did when Vrabel, Mike Vrabel was good in Tennessee. True or false?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it fell apart. But when Mike Vrabel was good in Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill was the quarterback.
But Tannehill, dog, I still didn't like him, man. And he proved me right by throwing 4 interceptions at the end of that season.
So Sam Darnold is the new Ryan Tannehill.
Sam Darnold surprisingly is doing. I watched a couple of Seahawks games, man, and I thought that Sam Darnold was eventually gonna peter out, and this streak that he's been on was gonna eventually come to an end. But watching him, man, Sam Darnold is good.
Yeah, Sam Darnold was good last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was surprised last year, and I thought it was gonna come to an end, and it didn't. And I was like, last year was a fluke, and I'm watching him this year, and he's making me believe that he finally stepped into his own, and it's not gonna peter out, because I was fully expecting it to peter out this year.
You know, I'm looking at Ryan Tannehill stats right now.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill
always come to his defense, man, telling me that's your guy. That's your
guy.
guy.
Listen, man. The only reason I'm doing it is because you told me that I always come to his defense, and I don't ever remember coming to Ryan Tannehill's defense. But I'm not doubting.
Every time I said something about, every time I was like, man, Tannehill, man, he sucks, man. I don't like Tannehill, and I always wanted him. Well, Mariota was gone by this time, but I was always talking about, man, Tannehill sucks. And you would be like, I think you tripping about that. You tripping about that. And I'm like, no, man, that guy sucks. Yeah, you defended him, man.
Listen, the other day, Lindsay said something. I think I was telling a story. I was telling a story that I had told her before, and she finished the story for me. And I was like, I don't remember telling you that story, but that sounds exactly like me. and that's the same vibe I got just now. You're like, oh, you defended Ryan Tannehill. And I was like, I don't remember defending Ryan Tannehill, but that sounds exactly like me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, if I defended Ryan Tannehill, it had to be a reason. And no, Ryan Tannehill on paper was a great quarterback. This dude finished with, in his last, I'll just put it like this. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years with the Tennessee Titans. He only had 1 year where he threw double-digit interceptions. His best year, he had 33 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, threw for 3,800 yards. Ryan Tannehill was a perfectly fine quarterback.
Listen, and that's my problem with a lot of the takes you take, because you're absolutely right, man. We when you were defending him, you were absolutely right, man. You would come with the stats, and you would tell me all the completions he was making, and he was holding it down, and this. But I'm watching the game, and I'm watching this man suck, dog. Regardless of what the stats say, I'm sitting here watching this man suck. But you're like, nah, man, but he did this and he did that. And you were absolutely right, man. He did have those numbers, but that guy sucked.
I can completely understand, man. I'm not saying the guy sucks. I'm just saying I'm still waiting to be wild, and that's Bijan Robinson. You know, the Lions would have took Bijan. Hey, man, I would have been. I'd be a huge supporter of Bijan. But as an Atlanta Falcon, I'm still waiting on him to show me that juke. I'm still waiting on him to hit that spin move, to hit that stiff arm, to break that.
No, he's hit a couple jukes. He's hit a couple jukes in his career.
You know, I'm sure he's hit a couple jukes. He's caught a couple passes. He's done things that running backs do in the league. I'm not saying he hasn't, but I'm saying Saquon Barkley reverse hurdle somebody, or even Jahmyr Gibbs though. Even Jahmyr Gibbs has shook so many people in this league, and you say, well, Bijan's not a shaker like that. All right, truck somebody, break beast mode, break 3 tackles, or break a tackle here, stiff arm this guy, spin off of this guy, and break a run. Like that's the way they talk about Bijan. I'm expecting to have seen that.
Yeah, no. Bijan has had those moments, man, where he's made them, where he's had those. Ooh,
yeah,
damn.
Send me that clip.
I'll send it to you. I'll find it. I gotta find it. I'll find it. I'll find it. And I'll send it to you.
All right, I'll send it to. I'm gonna look for Ryan Tannehill. Great moment.
Don't do it. You're not gonna find it.
Oh, Tannehill goes deep.
It's gonna be a plain vanilla moment. It's gonna be a plain vanilla moment. No,
I bet you.
Matter of fact, hey, look. You can even find that clip because I remember Tannehill threw a bomb that he got credit for that got him into the playoffs. This game got them into the playoffs, and it was a bomb that Tannehill threw downfield, and my man caught it, and they won the game off this bomb of a pass that Tannehill threw downfield. But what I saw was this man close his eyes, throw up a prayer, and the receiver tracked that ball down and went and got it. And they was like, "What a throw by Tannehill!" And I was like, "Man, that man threw up a prayer."
I was just about to say, I bet you. I was just about to say, I bet you one of his receivers was on my fantasy team back then, and that's probably why I like Ryan Tannehill so much. And I go back to the 2020 Tennessee Titans roster, and you know who their leading receiver was?
Who was that?
AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown. and I was and you know how my obsession with the Philadelphia Eagles front office. So when they made that trade for AJ Brown, I was like, dog, these guys could do no wrong.
Hey, in my heart of hearts, I should have known that fantasy football had something to do with this the whole time, man.
No, fantasy football has something to do with every facet of football for me. Same way as fantasy basketball, man. I'm telling you, man, you should get you a fantasy team.
I can't do it. I tried it. You tried me pulling me to the other side, man, and I immediately was disgusted with it and kicked it over and said, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. I'm not playing anymore.
Hey man, the players are gambling and betting on it. Why shouldn't we?
Oh, I'm all for gambling and betting, but not as a fantasy. Not as a fantasy league. I'm straight on that.
Missing out, man. Well, those are our picks. Got anything else for us today?
No, man. I think we covered the whole league. Oh yeah, I actually do. The Pistons' first game was yesterday. I caught a couple of highlights of the game. It felt like we came out and went toe to toe with the Bulls, and then I checked the score and we were down by like 20, and I was like, "Whoa, what happened? We was just going basket for basket with these guys, and now we're down 20." And then I was like, "Oh well," so I come back and check it later, and I came back and checked the score later, and the final was like we lost by 4 points. So that game seemed like it was all over the place. What was going on in that game, man?
What was going on in that game? The phrase going toe to toe with the Chicago Bulls, um, that would have been okay to hear in the 80s and the 90s. But closing out last year, man, like we was just smacking the Bulls. I remember it too, man. We was just smacking the Bulls. The Bulls, whatever. The Bulls were a bad team last year. I'm pretty sure they were a lottery team. I might be mistaken on that, but anyway, I fully expected the Pistons to start the season off with a victory. And man, like you said, man, they was down by 20. They flirted. They was down in teens the whole game, and it just really, it really, it really, it really brought light to my fears. And this is what I'll say. I don't think this team will be good this year. I think they'll take a I think they'll take a step back. Like you know, like they made the playoffs. They still made the playoffs. I would say they're more of a play-in tournament team this year, simply because of Cade. But just like you said, Bijan can't do it alone. Cade can't do it alone either. I'm not blaming Trajan Langdon per se. He had a plan, but it didn't work out. Dennis Schroeder was a great backup point guard for us last year, and Langdon said that he wanted to bring back Schroeder, but the Sacramento Kings just made a better offer. They said, "Hey, you could be a starter here, and we'll give you like a 2-year deal." So, he was like, "I understand that. I can't offer you that," and I'm not mad at him for not being able to offer that. And the same thing, he wanted to bring back Beasley. The contract was on the table, and then boom, Beasley still not signed to a team. Still, nobody's touching him until this whole investigation is over, and nobody knows when that's going to be. So you lose those two guys. Now, I am slightly upset because I feel like he did an interview the other day, and I was listening to him, and he pretty much said that he told Tim Hardaway Jr. that you might as well go play somewhere else because we'll have you back, but if we bring you back, you're not going to play a lot because we want to get Ron Holloman and Asar Thompson more time, and he kind of that's the Tim Hardaway position. So they said, we want to go there. So which is understandable. You got this young talent, but at the same time, man, you also are going to turn this into a development season. When you just made the playoffs last year, you went toe to toe with the New York Knicks. I'm fine with saying that statement. Now you going toe to toe with the Chicago Bulls. It's just ass backwards. So, and then the off-season acquisitions were going to go get Duncan Robinson, who hasn't been good in like 7 years. And he was just a good role player for the Miami Heat. And Karis LeVert, who is like a guy who never panned out, but he could score from time to time. But he also gets injured all the time, and he's not even a starter for us right now. He's coming off the bench. So you really didn't do anything to the team. And on top of that, Jaden Ivey's hurt. So you know how I feel about it, man. The only thing to me that can turn the season around is a Jaden Ivey trade, and you bring in veterans who can play, like a Jeremy Grant from Portland. But Portland just lost a coach, so I don't know what Portland's going to do. I don't know if they're just going to shut down everything until they get people in position who can, get new people in position, get a new coach before they start making moves and selling players. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to me to sell players if your coach is in limbo. So I didn't like that loss, man, and it really reaffirmed my worries that this is going to be a long season.
So I mean, you pretty much answered my question, and I think I know how you feel about what I was going to say. But with that being the first game of the season, it was only game one. To your point, Jaden Ivey is out. You will be getting him back, and essentially you got like 83 more games to play. could it have just been rust? Them knocking the rust off, you know what I'm saying? Because of they were down 20, they did come back and make it a close game. To your point, they should have won it, but it could have been them just knocking the rust off. And do you think those guys, like to his point, getting Holland and a star in the mix and them, coming into their own, becoming more aggressive and becoming more mixed into the team, along with the guy that you were proud to get, the 3-point shooter you were proud to pick up this year in the offseason. Can they knock the rust off and actually become the team that you thought they were going to think, or do you just hold true to everything you just said that it's a lost season already just from game one?
I was happy about Chaz Lanier because he is a great shooter, and I'm excited to see him make this rotation one day. But JB Bickerstaff comes from the Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, Detroit Lions school of thought, which is rookies aren't given anything; they got to earn everything, and they gotta show that they understand the playbook. That's different in basketball. In football, you got to show that you understand the playbook. In basketball, that phrase translates to, well, he's got to show he's got to play, that he could play defense. So until he proves that he could play defense, he's not going to see the court, or unless somebody gets hurt and we have to force him in, or the season is just a utter unmitigated disaster. And we just reaching for straws that we see Chaz Lanier out there for any substantial amount of time. But that being said, the other thing is,
I ain't mad at the defense thing though. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's what it is. That's Bickerstaff. That's school of thought. But I like Bickerstaff, so I'm not mad at him. But that being said, to your point, you're right. It was one game, but I don't see anything changing from that game going forward because I'm sorry. I don't see the biggest problem in that game changing going forward because when you look at the stats, we literally went back. It's funny, he came up earlier. We've literally gone back to Troy Weaver NBA basketball. I know you don't want to hear it, but but I mean it's true. The Pistons had a great year last year, and 3-point shooting played a big part of why they had such a good year. And I thought Troy Weaver's teams were so trash because they didn't value any 3-point shooting in a league that is ran on 3-point shooting. And now, if you go back to last year, your best 3-point shooter was Malik Beasley, who knocked down nearly 4 threes a game, not on the team. Your second leader 3-point shooter, Tim Hardaway Jr., who knocked down an average of 2 threes a game, not on the team. Cade Cunningham is your third leading shooter. Okay. Jaden Ivey hurt. He knocked down 2 threes a game, but he only played for like, a quarter of the season or something like that. And then Tobias Harris, sometimes Tobias shows up, sometimes he doesn't, but he knocked down a 3 a game. He's still with the team. And then the last guy, these are your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are your top 6 3-point shooters from last year. Dennis Schroeder was your 6th leading 3-point shooter. So 1, 2, Jaden will be back, but right now as it stands, 4 of the 6 best 3-point shooters on the team are not on the team. So I don't foresee that getting better. They went out and got Duncan Robinson, who was a good 3-point shooter, but Duncan Robinson is just so washed. I'm so upset with the Duncan Robinson signing. I don't even want to talk about it. But that was just such a waste. But I mean, Malik Beasley got popped for a FBI gambling investigation, so you kind of had to scramble. And Duncan Robinson is the biggest scramble pickup I've ever seen. So I'm not mad at it, but it's like, damn, we ended up with Duncan Robinson. Like, damn, that was the best option, huh?
Yeah, but you lost. So you lost from 3-point shooters, but like
Shooters.
last year, you know how I feel about 3-point
I
shooters,
know how
but
you feel about it, but I'm telling you that
I know I get it, I get
the
it.
Pistons were one of
But
the best 3-point shooting teams in basketball, though.
okay, but also they were one of the best defensive teams in basketball, and to your point, they predicate themselves on putting the guys out there that play defense. So, as one of like the only two teams that are out there playing defense, do you think that you don't think that can factor into some of the success that they have? That they're one of the best defensive teams out not playing.
I'm going to turn the question around towards you. Why did that not help them beat the lowly Chicago Bulls last 2 nights ago?
I didn't watch the game, so I couldn't tell you.
Well, surely they play defense, right?
I don't know. I didn't watch the game.
It's only been like 3 games into the season, but the Pistons right now are second to last in 3-pointers made per game. So they cannot shoot threes right now. And it's only been 1 game, to your point. But last year, they were bad last year too, though. But they were 1, 2, 3, not bad, but they were like bottom third. So like, what is there?
So
30.
really no change.
No, they were like 20th. They were like 20th in 3-point shooting, 20 out of 30. But it was only by like the best team in the league shot 18 threes per game. The Pistons shot 13. So it was like 5 threes. It was like really close.
So listen, I'm gonna take the optimistic pulse on this season, man, and I'm gonna say, even without all those 3-pointers, man, we're gonna play a defensive run this year, and we gonna if nothing else, we'll make it back to where we were last year.
Hey man, there is nothing better than a blind Bruce blind Bruce blind, whatever you want to say, optimistic pick about Sport X. You know, like, hey, I haven't watched a lot of Tigers, but hey man, I'm sure they'll do great this year. You know, they
Yeah,
had one of the best
yeah.
records.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I haven't watched the Pistons. I know they're not hitting threes anymore, but they played defense last year, so that's going to
Yeah.
translate, right? Yep,
Yeah.
just like them bats. Just like them bats. It's going to translate.
Hey. We did it. We did our thing for a minute there. We was almost there.
Listen, man, the Pistons need to trade Jaden Ivey. I know you don't want to hear that either. Trade
No.
Jaden Ivey. Bring back. Listen, man, I'm trying to meet you in the middle because Jeremy Grant kind of looks like Jaden Ivey. He played here before. They both got braids. But Jeremy Grant can play. He's actually a small forward, but he could play the stretch four, power forward. You know, sometimes Tobias shows up, sometimes he don't. But man, if you can get Tobias and Jeremy Grant and Cade on the floor, that's a hella big lineup. And Grant can shoot. I would love that, man. And I would prefer. Can I get a second back too? Jaden Ivey. Well, he's on a expiring deal, so we probably couldn't get that. So yeah, I'll give you Jaden Ivey for Jeremy Grant. I feel like that's a good deal.
Man, I don't get a lot of Pistons. One of the reasons I don't watch the Pistons games is because they don't show a lot of Pistons games down here in North Carolina. It is extremely difficult to watch the Pistons down here. So, you know what I'm saying? But when they come on and when I can find them, I make an effort to try and watch the Pistons. If the Pistons trade Ivy, I might be out, man. I might be out. I'll pay attention. I'll keep up with the scores, but gonna be like when they had it's like when they had Blake, man. I'm just gonna be like, the Pistons won, Pistons lost, cool.
Dog, what you just said in my mind is like the equivalent of me saying, if the Lions trade Craig Reynolds, I don't think I could do it no more. Like Jaden Ivey, Donald Sterling, they be making fun of that shit, but it's like Jaden Ivey, man, what has he ever done? That's all I hear in my head. Like Jaden Ivey.
I would say Craig Reynolds. I say Jaden Ivey is like trading Swift.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It really is. It really is. I wouldn't have done it, but once they did it, okay, we'll see how it goes. And hey, I wouldn't say it didn't work out for Swift, but it definitely worked out well for the Lions. I don't know what Swift. I don't know if Swift. To your point, I don't know if Swift would want to be here, but at the same time, Swift is still, he's still a capable back. He scored a touchdown. He scored a touchdown the last game.
No, I didn't. I'm not saying anything about what's if the Pistons trade Ivy. I'm sure Ivy will go somewhere and do great. But I only bought the Swift because you didn't like that trade at first.
Yeah, no. I thought it was a waste of talent. I thought it was a waste of talent. And
exactly.
Yeah, but the difference was that we didn't have a running back.
I mean, basketball is different, but I just think it's a waste of talent, man. I think we got a talent here, and I don't know. I feel like it could come together.
But it's like what if the Lions had Jared Goff and Justin Herbert, and they tried to keep both of them? That would be absolutely insane to me.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But the difference is Jared Goff and Justin Herbert can't play on the field at the same time.
And neither
Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham can.
Neither can Cade and Ivey.
They can play. They can play side by side. I've seen it. I've seen it before.
They can't.
They're allowed to play they're allowed to play at the same time.
I haven't seen it before. Oh man. It's like Travis Hunter could play both positions, but should he? But he can do it though. You're right. He can do it. But should he?
He is.
Well, look, man.
He is.
Look, man. I don't know. No, there's a lot of games on tonight. But the Pistons, I don't know if it's a rivalry anymore, but the Pistons are going up against the Houston Rockets tonight. The Rockets aren't the team that I said that they did everything that I want the Pistons to do anymore. They still got some portions of it. But Cam Whitmore, he's moved on. He's on Washington Wizards. So they traded him, I believe, which is something I do encourage the Pistons to start doing, trading people. And then Jalen Green, he got drafted right after Cade. They shipped him to Phoenix. So that rivalry's dead, but they still got the other Thompson twin. So it's a Asar Amen matchup tonight. And they still got Udoka, which is somebody I wanted the Pistons to take at coach. And then they just did, but it's different. KD's not coming up here, but they went out and they spent big money in free agency and they brought in a Kevin Durant. I think they traded for Kevin Durant, honestly. But yeah, the Pistons and the Rockets tonight. So that's a great opportunity to show that you are above the Chicago Bulls. And if you beat the Rockets, man, that's huge, man. So
Yeah,
that'll give
man.
you that'll give you some hope.
Just because of this conversation, man. I mean, not that I wasn't interested in the business before, but like I said, it's hard to get the game. But man, I'm gonna keep a close eye on this game because I'm putting my faith in the Pistons, man, and we gonna do something. We're gonna prove the world wrong. We're gonna shock the world. So yeah.
Hey, it could happen. It could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't
Yeah,
happen, but
yeah,
I
it
don't
can
think
happen.
it'll happen. I
Yeah,
don't think.
it can happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna
I'm
happen.
I'm an advocate for the old school. Make the NBA great again.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the new school way is work smarter, not harder, and 3 is more than 2.
How exciting! Well, with that being said, man, that's all I got for this week, man. The Lions are on the bye week, man. Those boys are getting healthy. I checked out the St. Brown's show, and I think he's staying in town. I think a lot of guys are staying in town, man. But these guys are getting healthy, so I wish them boys safe recovery. And Detroit basketball, go Pistons, man. Go Pistons, go Lions.